Going without touch might be difficult, but removing harmful individuals from their life can occasionally be necessary. Sigma INFJs may find this particularly tough since they frequently place a high value on their connections, and may find it difficult to let go. Life does not have to be hopeless after no touch, though. Here are 10 ways a Sigma INFJ might advance and succeed. Number 10, they grow more adaptive. Sigma INFJs are no longer restricted by unhealthy relationships or outside forces after going no contact. This newly discovered freedom may help people develop greater adaptability and flexibility in how they live. They may try with different situations and experiences, which would help them become more flexible. Sigma INFJs may strengthen their feeling of self-reliance and resourcefulness by leaning on oneself for assistance and advice, increasing their versatility even further. Going no contact can ultimately aid Sigma INFJs in developing a feeling of resilience and flexibility that enables them to flourish in any circumstance. Number 9, they'll begin taking greater chances. Sigma INFJs avoid interaction with harmful individuals. Individuals get a fresh sense of freedom and independence. They may be motivated to take greater chances both personally and professionally as a result. They could experience a greater sense of empowerment to follow their passions and take on new tasks without worrying about criticism or outside pressure. Sigma INFJs have already taken a big life risk by choosing no contact. They may feel more at ease taking calculated risks as a result of this experience and in other aspects of their lives. It's possible that they view failure as an opportunity for growth rather than something to be avoided at all costs. This kind of thinking can result in greater innovation, creativity, and success in their activities. Does your increased feeling of autonomy encourage you to take greater chances as a Sigma INFJ? Number 8, they emphasize personal development. Sigma INFJs are very introspective persons who are greatly impacted by their surroundings and the people in it. When they are exposed to harmful influences or in unhealthy relationships, they could feel worn out and lose focus on their objectives. As a result, when they abandon poisonous individuals, Sigma INFJs frequently concentrate on personal development in order to rediscover their identity and advance. Sigma INFJs may reestablish their sense of purpose by concentrating on their own personal growth and reconnecting with their values, beliefs, and desires. Additionally, they can increase their self-worth, become more clear about their goals, and learn new things. Sigma INFJs may construct a life that is more in line with their real selves via the process of self-discovery and growth. This process also helps them become more resilient, self-aware, and powerful. Number 7, they will embrace independence. After leaving no trace, focusing on their own requirements, preferences, and objectives might help Sigma INFJs embrace their independence. They could take some time to rediscover their interests and pastimes and engage in them independently. They could also learn to establish limits and reject things that don't fit with their beliefs or objectives. They are fiercely independent people who cherish their independence and self-reliance. They may feel as though they have lost their independence and control when they are in toxic relationships or are among bad influences. Going no contact enables Sigma INFJs to remove themselves from these unhealthy bonds and restore their independence. Sigma INFJs may live a more honest and fulfilled existence by embracing their independence. People can strengthen their sense of self and have a better grasp of their own requirements and constraints. Greater self-confidence, resilience, and a clearer sense of purpose can result from this. Do you feel complete as a Sigma INFJ as you become more independent? Number 6, they will exercise more critical thought. Introspective people who enjoy independent thought and intellectual stimulation are known as Sigma INFJs. They may experience continual criticism or invalidation of their views when they are in toxic relationships or are surrounded by unfavorable influences. Sigma INFJs may find that going no contact gives them the room and flexibility to think more critically and objectively. After moving away from poisonous people and avoiding interaction, Sigma INFJs could contemplate and think about themselves more. They could look for new perspectives and information while also challenging their presumptions and ideas. Additionally, kids could develop stronger critical thinking skills and become less susceptible to peer pressure or groupthink. In the end, developing a more critical mindset can assist Sigma INFJs get a more comprehensive understanding of themselves and their surroundings. It may also result in better decision-making and a more satisfying existence. Number 5, they'll have more faith in their instincts. Sigma INFJs are extremely intuitive people who make judgments based on their gut instincts and inner guidance. However, when they are in toxic relationships or are exposed to unfavorable influences, they may question their instincts and mistrust their intuition. Going no contact might assist Sigma INFJs in reestablishing their connection to and faith in their intuition. Sigma INFJs could do greater introspection and self-reflection after going no contact. They could learn to listen more intently to their inner voice and respect their emotions. Additionally, they may learn how to safeguard their energy and create limits, which would increase their intuition. Sigma INFJs may make decisions that are more in line with their values, aspirations, and purpose by putting more confidence in their intuition. They can also grow more certain and trusting of themselves, resulting in greater achievement and personal contentment. Does your gut intuition as a Sigma INFJ make more sense after cutting ties with poisonous people? Number 4, they'll establish more rigid limits. Sigma INFJs need to set stronger boundaries since they are prone to attracting toxic people who drain their energy and create emotional anguish. Getting rid of toxic people may be challenging. Nonetheless, it is frequently essential for the health of the Sigma INFJ. Sigma INFJs may establish more rigid boundaries after detaching in order to save themselves from further injury. This is due to the fact that they have drawn lessons from their past mistakes and wish to avoid repeating the same mistakes. Setting limits also empowers people to prioritize their wants and objectives while gaining greater control over their life. Additionally, Sigma INFJs seek authenticity and could have seen that certain people weren't reliable or honest. They can safeguard themselves against those who do not share their ideals and ideas by establishing boundaries. Number 3, they direct their energies with more intention. INFJs are therefore frequently contemplative people who look for meaning and purpose in their lives. They could reassess their objectives and priorities if they distance themselves from harmful individuals or circumstances. For Sigma INFJs, moving on may be a therapeutic process that enables them to let go of negativity and concentrate on what matters most to them. A higher sense of purpose and drive may result from this newly discovered clarity and liberation. Also, after moving on, Sigma INFJs could become more focused because they have gained knowledge from their prior mistakes. They now have a better understanding of what matters to them, which may encourage them to work harder toward their objectives. Can you state that your life is more purposeful as a Sigma INFJ without the presence of negative energies? Number 2, they may concentrate on their objectives. For Sigma INFJs, letting go of harmful people or circumstances may be a liberating experience, enabling people to prioritize their needs and pay attention to what matters most to them. They could have a fresh respect for their time and effort, and increase their drive to achieve their objectives. Similarly, Sigma INFJs are frequently very perceptive and may have discovered that some people or circumstances weren't helpful to their development or success. This insight may encourage people to focus more intently on their objectives and go for opportunities consistent with their beliefs and values. So for Sigma INFJs, moving on may be a transforming experience, resulting in a sharper focus on their objectives and a renewed sense of drive to accomplish them. Number 1, they will be more tenacious than ever. Sigma INFJs have an introspective personality and a sense of purpose in life. But when they distance themselves from harmful people or circumstances, they frequently feel liberated and motivated again. It may encourage individuals to be more tenacious in pursuing their objectives. For Sigma INFJs, moving on may be a transforming experience, enabling people to prioritize their needs and pay attention to what matters most to them. They could have a fresh respect for their efforts and time, become more tenacious in their quest of happiness and success. Similarly, as Sigma INFJs frequently possess a strong sense of intuition, they could have noticed that particular people or circumstances were impeding their advancement. Do your realizations as a Sigma INFJ motivate you to pursue your objectives with greater tenacity than ever before? Because of their emotional maturity and detachment, Sigma INFJs may move on quickly from a period of no contact. Going without communication is therefore not an end for them, but rather another beautiful beginning. They become more committed to developing personally and become flexible, intentional, and adaptive in all they do. Do these traits enable them to be successful in whatever they set their minds to as a Sigma INFJ? Is this breaking off communication and moving on making you happy than ever?